Hi Groove Kid Nation. Today we're here to talk about the ukulele, which is a very popular instrument for kids. Parents tend to buy them because they're so small. They only have 4 strings. The fretboard is quite small, so it's a little easier for them to get their hand across it, especially as compared to a regular guitar that has 6 strings. They only have 4 strings. It's tuned a little bit differently. The high string is actually on the top, and it has the open tuning has a very pleasing kind of happy sound. It's a Hawaiian instrument, which explains why it kind of sounds that way. The only thing I can say about ukuleles is that they're actually a little bit more difficult to play than you would think, just because I found with my kid at least, even though the fretboard only has 4 strings and is quite small, it was still difficult for him under the age of 5 to really get his hand across the entire fretboard and strum and get all the strings to sound. So there's another guitar, the Lug guitar, that I have a review for. It only has 3 strings, and I found that was really easy for him to get his whole hand across and start to play chords pretty quickly. So the Lug guitar is a little bit more money, twice as much. So if you decide to go that route, check out that review. Anyway, what else can I say about it? There's a cheap range of ukuleles that you see them. They come in these kind of colorful options like blue and red and pink, and those guitars, most of them are they're basically toys. They have very cheap strings. They have very cheap tuning pegs. They're typically in the $15 to $30 range. And they're just not great instruments. They're basically toys. I would recommend spending just a little bit more and getting something like this. These guitars are going to be more in the $50 to $75 range. Maybe a little better if you can catch a sale. But they come with better strings, much better tuning pegs, so they stay in tune better. And they drop all those multicolored options. It comes in a nice, beautiful wood color. That's going to look good, you know, beyond childhood. And it's going to be an instrument that you could play beyond childhood. So we really like that idea, Groove Kid Nation, that you can have an instrument that has some staying power, so that if they really get into it, you know, you can play it for a long time. And or if you just decide to put it up on a shelf, it makes a nice, you know, memento, as opposed to, you know, the red, cheap, you know, toy-looking things. So that's about all I have to say about them. You can pick them up. This company is called Kayla. I have a few recommendations on the website for a few other companies to check out. In the description below, I'll put a link to some place where you can go to help you to tune the guitar and keep it in tune, because I think that's important, and that's probably the biggest challenge for parents and string instruments for children, is keeping them in tune, because often they're going to pick it up and it's just going to, you know, it's just going to be a noisemaker, and I don't see much point in that outside of the play aspect. So it's going to be important, I think, to try to keep it in tune the best you can. And I think that's about it. I'll let my kid play you out. He's about 3 here, I think. And he's just doing whatever he can with it at that age. All right. Peace.